Hey guys, today we are going to do inverse Laplace transform, that is ILT. First of all, we are going to discuss all the formulas, that is I will make a list of all the formulas and you have to learn them as they are very important. And secondly, we will do all types of questions covered in ILT. And there are two methods to solve the questions related to ILT, that is first is analytical method and second is graphical method. Now we will be using analytical method in all of our questions. So now we will first look at the formulas. Now guys, these are the formulas that we will use while solving all the ILT questions. These formulas are very important and you should learn them by heart, and my advice is that you should note down these formulas on a piece of paper. And I have also provided a PDF which contains all these formulas in the description below. From there you can get it printed out. Now we will be doing a couple of questions on ILT which will help you to know when and where you have to use these formulas in the question. In question number 1, we have to convert this in the form of xt using inverse Laplace transform, that is ILT. So now first of all we are going to write this in the form of a partial fraction. That is, first of all we will write xs is equal to 10 into s plus 2 into s minus 3 upon s into s plus 4 into s minus 5. Now we will convert this into the form of a partial fraction, that is we will write a1 upon s plus a2 upon s plus 4 plus a3 upon s minus 5. You should know the concept of partial fraction, that is you have to put all of these in denominators of a1, a2 and a3 separately. Now when you will solve these two, you will get the equation as 10 into s plus 2 into s minus 3 is equal to a1 into s plus 4 into s minus 5 plus a2 into s minus 5 plus a3 into s plus 4. We have simply solved this part and cut the denominator from the LHS and the RHS, and from there we have got this equation. Now we are going to do necessary substitution of s in this equation and get the values of a1, a2 and a3. So first of all we are going to put the value of s as 0. That is, we will substitute value of s as 0 in this equation, that is over here we will put the value of s as 0. From there you will get the value of a1 as 3. That is, when we put s is equal to 0 in this equation, a2 and a3 will get eliminated, so we will be able to find the value of a1. Now similarly, in order to eliminate a1 and a3, we will put the value of s as minus 4. That is, over here we will put s as minus 4, and from there you will get the value of a2, that is 35 by 9. Now similarly, to eliminate the values of a1 and a2, in order to get a3, we will substitute s as 5, and from there you will get the value of a3 as 28 by 9. Now we are going to use these values of a1, a2 and a3 and put them in this equation, and from there we will get the value of xt on further solving. Now we have substituted the corresponding values of a1, a2 and a3 in the equation that we got previously. Now we are going to apply the formulas of Laplace transform that we discussed earlier. That is, we are first going to use the formula for this. We know that L inverse 1 by s is equal to 1. And similarly, the formula that we will use for this is L inverse 1 upon s minus a is equal to EAT. Now as we can see, we have a positive sign over here, so we will replace this by minus a. But here we have the negative sign only, so the value of a will remain positive only. You will understand when we will convert this. Now on applying the formula, you will get 3 into 1 plus 35 by 9 into e to the power minus 40 plus 28 by 9 into e to the power 5t, and you will multiply this by ut in order to convert this into the form of xt. Now guys, we use the corresponding formulas in order to convert xs into xt, that is, we have applied inverse Laplace transform. And also keep in mind that these formulas are very important and you should always keep them in mind. Now in question number 2, we have to use inverse Laplace transform on the following. That is, we have to convert xs to the form of xt. So now first of all we are going to write the partial fraction. That is, xs is equal to 10 into s plus 4 upon s square into s plus 2. Now while writing the partial fraction, you have to be careful as we have an s square term over here. That is, we will write the partial fraction like a1 upon s square plus a2 upon s. That is, we will write this twice, but in the next term we will keep its power to be 1 less, that is s. Now similarly we will write a3 upon s plus 2. Now similarly we will solve this part and then we will cut the denominators from the LHS and the RHS. So on doing that you will get 10 into s plus 4 is equal to a1 into s plus 2 plus a2 into s into s plus 2 plus a3 into s square. Now we will do necessary substitutions for s in this equation in order to find the values of a1, a2 and a3. So now first of all we are going to put s is equal to 0. From there you will get the value of a1 as 20. Because on putting s is equal to 0 in this equation, you will be eliminating a2 and a3. Therefore you will be able to find the value of a1, which will come out to be 20. Now similarly, we are going to put s is equal to minus 2. That is, from there you will get the value of a3, which will come out to be 5. As on putting s is equal to minus 2 here, you will be eliminating a1 and a2 and therefore you will get the value of a3. Now in order to find the value of a2, we will have to compare the coefficients of s. That is, in this the coefficient of s is 10, that is 10s is equal to, now similarly we will compare the coefficients of s over here. That is, you will see that the coefficient of s in this equation are a1 and 2a2. That is, on solving this you will see that 2a2 is a coefficient of s, and similarly on solving this a1 will come out to be the coefficient of s. So on comparing this, we will get the value of a2 as minus 5. And we had also substituted the value of a1 that we found out previously. Now we are going to put these values of a1, a2 and a3 in this equation and find the value of xt using necessary ILT formulas. Now that we have substituted the corresponding values of a1, a2 and a3 in the equation that we found out previously, now we are going to apply the necessary ILT formulas in order to find the value of xt. So over here we will use the formula L inverse into 1 upon s to the power n plus 1 is equal to t to the power n upon n factorial. So in order to convert this into the form of n plus 1, you will write this 2 as 1 plus 1. That is, your n will be 1 over here. Now similarly, for this we will apply the formula L inverse s, L inverse 1 by s is equal to 1. And over here we will apply the formula L inverse 1 upon s minus a is equal to e to the power at. Now we are going to apply these formulas and get the value of xt. That is, you will get 20t, that is, you will put t to the power n, which is 1 upon n factorial. And similarly we will get minus 5 into 1, and here we will use this formula and we will get 5 into e to the power minus 2t, and we will multiply this whole by ut in order to convert this into the form of xt. Now the final answer will come out as xt is equal to 20t minus 5 plus 5 into e to the power minus 2t whole into ut. Now this is the final answer that we got by applying inverse Laplace transform. Now in question number 3 we have to find the inverse Laplace transform of this. Now in these type of questions in which we have e to the power something multiplied, we have to perform the partial fraction differently. That is, first we will ignore this part and we will only consider the part in which e to the power something is not multiplied. So over here e to the power minus 3 will not be considered while we are taking partial fraction. So we are going to consider this part, that is including the numerator 10, as x1. That is, x1s is equal to 10 upon s minus 2 into s plus 2. Now first we will solve this normally as we used to do previously, and then we will look what we have to do with the e part. So first of all we are going to solve this using partial fraction. That is, now we are going to put this in partial fraction, that is x1s is equal to a1 upon s plus s minus 2 plus a2 upon s plus 2. Now similarly we are going to solve this, and we will cut the denominator on the LHS with the denominator on the RHS. That is, on solving this you will get 10 is equal to a1 s plus 2 plus a2 s minus 2. Now similarly we are going to substitute necessary values of s in order to get the values of a1 and a2. So first of all we will put s is equal to minus 2 in this equation. From there you will get the value of a2, which will come out to be minus 2.5. Similarly we will put the value of s as 2. Now you will get the value of a1 as 2.5. Now that we have found out the value of a1 and a2, now we are going to substitute these values in this and get the value of xt, and then we will look what we have to do with this part. Now that we have substituted the values of a1 and a2 in the equation that we previously obtained, now we are going to apply the Laplace transform formulas. That is, in order to convert these we will use the formula L inverse of 1 upon s minus a is equal to e to the power at. That is, we will take 2.5 common and we will get e to the power 2t, that will be positive, minus e to the power minus 2t into ut in order to convert it into the form of xt. Now we have found out x1t, that is without considering the e part. Now we are going to consider the e part. For that we are going to use the time shift property, that is time shifting property. Don't worry if you don't know what is time shifting property in Laplace transform. I will tell you a shortcut which is applicable in every question involving e to the power something questions. Now as we had previously assumed, we can write x as equal to x1s into e to the power minus 3s. Now in order to convert it into the form of xt, we will first of all write this part, that is 2.5 into e to the power 2 minus e to the power minus 2t ut into e to the power minus 3s. Now in order to compensate e to the power minus 3s, we are going to do time shifting, or you can simply remember that when you have to adjust this, you will write this value, that is 3, like this, that is 2 into t minus 3 minus minus 2 into t minus 3, and remember that minus sign should be here. If it had been plus 3, then we would have written 2 into t plus 3, but here we have minus, that is why we have used the minus sign over here. And similarly over here also you will write 2t minus 3. Now we have got our final answer, that is we have adjusted the value of e to the power minus 3x and got the value of xt, that is for xs. This value that we found out was only for x1s, that is this part, as we had previously assumed without the e part. And guys, if this question comes in the exam, then first of all find the x1t value for x1s, that is the part excluding the e part, and then write xs is equal to x1s e to the power minus something. Do not write this equation, that is this equation, and directly write this answer. That is, first of all you will find this, then you will write this equation and you will directly write this part. You can do this part in your mind or in the rough work while solving the question. Now guys, this was a very important question, and we are going to do another question like this which will be a bit more complex than this one. Do not worry if you did not understand the last part, because we are going to do that again in the next question. Now in question number 4, we have to find its inverse Laplace transform. Now in the numerator we can see that we have a normal s plus 1 value including e to the power minus 4s. So first of all we are going to divide this into two parts, that is xs will be equal to s plus 1 upon s plus 2 into s plus 3. Similarly we will write this over here, that 3 into e to the power minus 4s upon s plus 2 into s plus 3. And now we will consider this part to be x1s and this whole part to be x2s. Now in x2s you can see that we also have e to the power minus 4s multiplied. So like we solved in the previous question, we will first ignore this and only solve for this part. So we are further going to divide this into two parts. That is, we will write x3s into minus 4s. x3s is the part including the numerator 3 and the denominator s plus 2 into s plus 3, and we have multiplied e to the power minus 4s separately. So first of all we are going to find s3, and then we are going to use time shifting property, or the shortcut I told you previously that we will discuss here again. And similarly here we simply have x1s that we will have to find the inverse Laplace transform. That is, first we will find x1t, then x3t from here, and then on this we will use time shifting property, so because we have to compensate e to the power minus 4s, and similarly while doing all that we will get x2t, that is x2s is equal to x2t. And then finally we will add x1t and x2t to get the value of xt, that is xs will be equal to xt equal to x1t plus x2t. We will do this question step by step. So our first step is to find the value of x1s. Then we will look at this part. Now we are going to find the value of x1t that we will get from x1s. And I have also made a summary of what we discussed earlier. I'll explain it again. That first we will find x1s that we have considered from here. And from that we will find x1t. Similarly, we will consider this part that we have considered to be x2s. And then from there we will find x2t. But before finding x2t, we will first have to perform this part. That is, we will consider these two to be separate. That is, first we will find the value of x3t from here, and then we will compensate the value of e to the power minus 4s, and then we will finally get x2t by doing that. And then we will add x1t and x2t to get the final value of xs, that is xt. So first of all we are going to find the value for x1s. We know that x1s is equal to s plus 1 upon s plus 2 into s plus 3. So now we are going to convert it into partial form. That is, we will write s plus 1 upon s plus 2 into s plus 3 is equal to a1 upon s plus 2 plus a2 upon s plus 3. Now we will simply solve this and you will cut the denominators from the LHS and the RHS, and on doing that you will get s plus 1 is equal to a1 s plus 3 plus a2 s plus 2. Now in this equation we are going to substitute necessary values for s to get the values of a1 and a2. So first of all we are going to put s is equal to minus 3, and from there we will get the value of a2, which will come out to be 2. Now secondly we are going to put the value of s as minus 2, that is in this equation, and from there we will get the value of a1, which will come out to be minus 1. Now similarly we are going to put these values of a1 and a2 in this equation and get the value of x1t using the formulas in Laplace transformation. And then similarly we are going to solve for x2s. Now that we have put the values of a1 and a2 in the equation that we obtained previously, now we are going to use Laplace transformation formulas to find the value of x1t. That is, we are going to use the formula L inverse 1 upon s minus a is equal to e to the power at. And now we will apply this formula in this and we will get the value of x1t, which will come out to be minus into minus e to the power minus 2t plus 2 into minus 3t into ut. Now guys, we have completed our first part, that is to find the value of x1t from x1s. Now we are going to look at x2s and then we will solve this part. That is, first of all we will find the value of x3t using x3, and then we will compensate the value of e to the power minus 4s and then get the value of x2t. Now we know that x3s is equal to 3 upon s plus 2 into s plus 3. So now we are going to convert it into partial fraction. That is, we will write 3 upon s plus 2 into s plus 3 is equal to a1 upon s plus 2 plus a2 upon s plus 3. Now we will solve this part and we will cut the denominators from the LHS and the RHS. On doing that, you will get 3 is equal to a1 s plus 3 plus a2 s plus 2. And similarly, now we will substitute the necessary values for s and get the values of a1 and a2. That is, first of all, we are going to put the value of s as minus 2. From there you will get the value of a1 to be 3. Similarly, we are going to put the value of s as minus 3, and from there you will get the value of a2 as minus 3. Now we are going to put the values of a1 and a2 in this equation and get the value of x3t. That is we will get x3s is equal to, we will take 3 common and we will get 1 upon s plus 2 minus 1 upon s plus 3. Now we are going to use inverse Laplace transform formulas and we will convert this into the form of x3t. That is, when using the formulas you will get x3t is equal to 3 into e to the power minus 2t minus e to the power minus 3t into ut. Now we have completed till this part. Now we have to adjust the value of e to the power minus 4s in this in order to find the value of x2t. So as I had told you, in order to compensate this, we will simply replace the value of t in all these 3 parts, that is in e to the power minus 2t, e to the power minus 3t and ut by t minus 4, as we have minus 4 to the power of e. So from there we will get the value of x2t. That is, you will get 3 into e to the power 2 into t minus 4 minus e to the power minus 3 into t minus 4, and similarly here also we will replace t by t minus 4. If it had been plus 4, then he would have written t plus 4 in all the 3 places. Now similarly we have found out the value of x2t. Now what we have to do is we have to simply add x1t that we found out earlier to x2t, and then we will get the value of xt that we wanted to find out. Now we are going to find the value of xt. That is, we will add x1t and x2t. Previously we had found out that x1t is equal to this and x2t is equal to this. Now we are going to write the equivalent. That is, xt will come out to be equal to minus e to the power minus 2t plus 2 into e to the power minus 3t ut plus 3 into e to the power minus 2 into t minus 4 minus 3 e to the power minus 3 t minus 4, and lastly we will write u into t minus 4. Now guys, this is our final answer that we wanted to find. That is, we have found out the xt value of xs, that is this. Now this was a very important question, as we had to divide this question into multiple parts and find the answer. Now I am sure that you would be able to do all the inverse Laplace transformation questions easily. And guys, after watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment.